Well, today we are going to make pumpkin pie, but this is not going to be your traditional pumpkin pie. Some of you have probably been to the grocery store and seen a product called tofu, and you're thinking, what do they do with this funny stuff? Well, tofu is a 100% soybean product, and what it is soybeans that have been cooked and mashed and strained, and then there is a coagulant put in them so that they are kind of like a jelly form. But the nice thing about tofu is they have no cholesterol. So in this recipe, and I will give it to you as I go, you will notice that there are no eggs and there is no fat of any kind. Also, anyone who is allergic to milk, this would be an excellent pie for the simple reason that there will be no dairy products in here. You have to put tofu through a blender if you want it nice and smooth. Otherwise, you'll kind of have a grainy taste. I made this pumpkin pie, and I've made a regular one and sat them side by side and served them, and people cannot tell me which one is which. So, you know, it's worth a try. So we have a package of the silken tofu, and this is a special form. You will find it, interesting enough, in the vegetable department of your grocery store. Then there's 3/4 of a cup of sugar, and I'll add that. And then I'm going to blend this up a little bit. And I just happen to do my own pumpkin because I have a big garden, and I cheat. I use butternut squash because I happen to like the texture of butternut squash better. And then I just bag it in 2-cup bags after I run it through the blender. So I have the 2 cups in here, which is exactly what you would get out of a can of pumpkin. But canned pumpkin works perfectly fine, so you could use that. You don't have to go this route. And as you can see, it looks exactly like regular pumpkin. No one would ever know the difference if you didn't tell them. Now we need a little salt. And I'm not a very good measure, so just shake a little in there, about a 1/2 teaspoon. But you're going to put in 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, a 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, and then it should be a teaspoon of cinnamon. And all we have to do now is blend this up. And that's all there is to it. It's ready to go. I have a pie shell here that I made earlier, so it's all ready. You can make your own pie shell. You can buy the refrigerated ones and put them in your pan, whichever works for you the best. And we'll place that in the oven here, and in a little while you'll get to see the results. And you bake it at 425 for 15 minutes, and then after that first 15 minutes, turn your oven down to about 350 and continue to bake it for, 30 to 45 minutes. The true test is when you put a butter knife in it. If it comes out clean, it's done. Here's our pie. It's finally ready. Our knife, when we poked it in, came out clean, so we know it's done. Looks like any other pumpkin pie you've ever eaten, even though we didn't make it out of pumpkin. We made it out of butternut squash. But I like butternut squash because there's a lot more meat in here, and so you get a lot more squash for your money. And somebody tasted the batter before it went in the oven and said it tastes just like regular pumpkin pie. So we know that this is going to do that.